Hello all. So this 15-minute forum, as you'll see, is on getting them to revise. So really, what can we do to try and get them doing some serious revision so that they're really successful in the exams? So the first thing is students often will say is, I don't know where to start when it comes to revision. And therefore, the key thing that we can do is organise them. So what I do with the students is I give them this document, which I will happily share with you, and I'll pop it on the staff resource Google Classroom. So these are our 3 papers. And on this document is a list of absolutely everything they need to know for Comp 1, Comp 2, and Component 3. A list of everything they need to know. And I then, to be quite honest with you, work out exactly what they're going to revise when. So I will populate these bits of content each week to ensure that they revise everything before a mock exam or before the real exam. So what we do is we give them weekly revision from Component 1 from the first week of September every week. Obviously, this is for second years. And then we give them an assessment to match each week. So their revision is structured throughout the year to ensure that they've covered everything in line for the Comp 1 mock exam, then Comp 2, then Comp 3. So I find students really, really struggle to organise their revision. So again, I would populate the content they need to know into these weekly revision structures, either for them or with them. You probably will find that when you start doing it for them, they will want to follow your guidance because, again, they massively struggle with organisation. So this week by week breakdown is already populated with the exams the students have on them. Again, I would get them, or I would, if I was you as a teacher, populate the week by week breakdown with their exams and work out a week by week structure of exactly the content they're going to cover of all of this in time for the exam. Sometimes what they'll say is, well, I haven't possibly got time. And you said, well, you have to make time. And if you do 3 grids a week, 1, 2, 3 grids a week, you'll have plenty of time. If you don't do it now, when you get past Easter, you're going to have to do 5 grids a week. So you're really hurting your future self. So the key is all the content organised and a week by week structure organised for them to work out exactly when they're going to do it. And then after they've got that week by week structure, then I'd give them literally a timetable. So this would change each week, but first week I said to them, right, you need to revise and I'll populate this, you need to revise functionalism, Marxism and class, and then they work out when they're going to revise, actually when they're going to do functionalism, Marxism, class. They would also populate obviously when they've got their lessons, when they've got their commitments, when they're working, and populate their other subjects. But the key thing is they are organised. They know exactly what they need to revise each week, and they know when. And then after they've got that organisation sorted, so they've got all the content, they've got a week by week revision plan, so they can do it all in time. Then we would model the actual revision in the lesson. So we would literally get them to do how to revise. So the way I structure modelled revision is I say, right, you've got 20 minutes as a 20-minute timer to learn this content, these 10 names, these 5 names, the usefulness and evaluation. 20 minutes to get where you can with those on whiteboards. After 20 minutes, I get them to stop, write 5 minutes, brain dump from memory what they said. 10 minutes, go back or add in any names. I literally show them how I'd get them to revise. And for me, I get them to use whiteboards. and try and get them to consider that everything has to be retrieval. So they have to think anything that makes them go, what did they say? And check knowledge is revision. Ours will generally have never been taught how to revise or to organize their revision. So that's what I structure. 10, 15, 20 minutes of revision, stop, check what you've learned, go back. Because the other thing they always say is, I don't know how to revise. I've never been shown how to revise. So getting them just to use whiteboards, 10 minutes, what did they say? Stop and check. 10 minutes, go back, stop and check, is a really good strategy to get them started and get them moving. But we generally have to model the organisation of revision and model revision strategies like we would be teaching anything else, because again, it is a skill that they really have. It's been a lot of assumptions throughout their time in education that they can revise because they've sat their GCSEs. And obviously at A-level, it's far more content, far more complex. They can't rely on kind of effortless achievement because it won't get them by. So any questions, let me know. And I will absolutely obviously post the organisation materials I use. And if any of you want to see me do a little bit of revision with them, please just let me know and you can pop into any lesson that you wish. But yeah, those are my strategies for getting them to revise and getting them nice and successful in the exams.